Parliamentary Affairs Minister speaks exclusively to Times Now, calling for cooperation from the opposition in the budget session that reconvened today. Kamal Nath has also said that asking for the Law Minister's resignation is not a valid demand.
We have with us Parliamentary Affairs Minister Mr. Kamal Nath. So we've seen two trouble-free sessions, but this one seems to be, the opposition seems to be a bit more aggressive, don't you think?
Well, there are more issues in this session, and it's a short session. Being a short session, of course, there's compression, a lot of compression, but I believe, and I'm hopeful, and I will appeal to the opposition that let us transact business. The government is open to discussing any issue in the House. It must happen as per rules in a structured manner. And this is what the functioning of parliamentary democracy is about. A din in the House does not support parliamentary democracy in any way.
They're demanding the resignation of the Law Minister. They say that CBI was influenced, and many people are saying that they're not going to let the House function unless the Law Minister goes.
I don't think that is a valid demand, because if the CBI says they were not pressurized, there's a statement by the CBI, and somebody stands up and says they were pressurized, the person pressurizing is not saying that.
We are yet to see.
The person supposed to be pressurized is not saying that. So how can you move on that?
We are yet to see what the CBI says in the Supreme Court.
Well, let them say that. And if there was any substance in that, it will be known when the CBI has said. But the CBI has made a statement saying that they have not been pressurized.
The leader of opposition in Lok Sabha, Sushma Swaraj, has spoken to us, and she says that Sonia Gandhi is acting like an opposition leader by directing the government, saying what to do and what not to do.
In no way does Mrs. Gandhi interfere in the functioning of the government. Now for the last 9 years, Mrs. Sonia Gandhi has been the leader of the UPA, and in no way has she interfered or made any directions to any government department.
But after the Delhi rape, she said that action must be taken.
Obviously, that is what you were saying. That is what everybody was saying, action must be taken.
Nandita Suneja, in fact, joining us on the phone line now. Nandita, Kamal Nath is asking for cooperation from the opposition at a time. Then there is more than 2 to 3 issues in the opposition's armory.
Well, yes, the House, the Lok Sabha has been adjourned. Of course, the discussion is going on in Rajya Sabha. And this time round, perhaps the government realizes that it's fighting on many fronts. The aggression with which the opposition has attacked, and the fact that there are so many issues on which the government finds itself cornered is unprecedented. If you compare issues in the last 2 sessions, at least, which went by fairly smoothly. There is the case of CBI being influenced by the government, allegations on that, and then of course the JPC report, and the scenario in the city related to after the Delhi rape is something that is bearing heavily on the government, and that's why we've seen no real business take place today on the first day in Lok Sabha at least, and the Parliamentary Affairs Minister there asking and appealing to the opposition parties for cooperation.
Nandita, Kamal Nath has also said that asking for the Law Minister's resignation is not a valid demand, but that is what the BJP is demanding very strongly, isn't it?
Yes, and those high up in the Congress who need to take this forward also realize that the Law Minister is in a very tight spot. In fact, today the Law Minister was missing from Parliament. He did not attend either of the houses, and there are murmurs within the party itself that his position right now is not very comfortable, and that the axe could actually fall on him. But all this would depend on what the CBI says in the Supreme Court when it files that affidavit on the 26th.
Nandita, thank you for joining us.